I've won 109 singles titles, most in men's tennis history. I've won 8 Grand Slam titles, including the U.S. Open 5 times. I have tremendous memories of all those accomplishments, but nothing compares to what happened here in the summer of 1991. My 2 weeks on the court of Louis Armstrong Stadium were the greatest of my life. I saw the name McEnroe and I said, wow, I said, that's a pretty darn good first round, but it's Patrick McEnroe.
It wasn't like I blew through the first 2 sets. I mean, they were quite competitive, and I was just able to win the more important points.
I think a lot of the fans, they thought that, Connors is almost 39 years old, and he just doesn't have it anymore. And, basically, if I could have left with him, I probably would have.
He was serving love 3, love 40 in the 3rd set. And I think that's when it sort of hit me, like, oh, he's done. I mean, I got this match.
I was thinking it could be my last U.S. Open, and I certainly didn't want to go out in the first round, and I didn't want to go out losing in straight sets, so I was willing to try to do anything to prolong the match and keep it going. Instead of going down 2 breaks, I was still only down 1 break, and then all of a sudden my game lifted and my attitude lifted, and once that happened, the crowd got more involved in it, and it was like somebody out there playing with me and helping me along the way. I would take the 3rd set 6-4. If he didn't want it, I was more than happy to stay out there and try to take it. I won 5 games in a row and won the 4 sets 6-2. At 5-4 in the 5th, I would serve for the match.
Game, set, and match, Connors.
The match took 4 hours and 20 minutes and ended at 1:35 in the morning. When that match was over, I kind of looked around and said, did this really happen? I mean, did I really win this match?
If there's one thing I've learned, you never think you've got Jimmy Connors beat until they say game, set, and match.
When you get on a roll and you get lucky to get through a match, and things just start falling in place, and that was the beginning of things falling in place for me. In the 2nd and 3rd rounds, the points were a little bit quicker. Came up with a few good shots, was able to get out of there in 3 sets and get some rest. I don't think anybody expected me to make it to the 2nd week. I don't even know if I expected to. In the 4th round, I would play Aaron Crickstein.
I figured, it was my time. I was 24, he was 39, even though it was his birthday. This was my time to shine and beat this guy.
I fell behind early, and he wins the 1st set 6-3. The 2nd set would go to a tiebreak. So now I'm in a fight again. 7-all in the tiebreaker is, the pressure's enough, and I'm trying to figure out a way to get on top, to get a set point. Well, I ended up at the net. Aaron throws up a lob. I hit an overhead, and there's no call.
I thought Jimmy hit a ball that was wide. I was just like, out. That ball was out.
And then there's a call from the umpire's chair that he called it out.
It's been called out. Now it's out. Called out.
So obviously, I was pretty happy, surprised.
Instead of me being up a set point, it was Aaron that was up the set point. So now I'm fighting from behind again and a little bit upset. I'm pissed.
You're a bum! I'm out here playing my butt off at 39 years old, and you're doing that? Very clear, my butt!
Now it's my opportunity to get my partners in the crowd.
That was the point that really broke the camel's back and really got the crowd behind Jimmy.
That was a moment. That was a moment in a match that was a defining moment of what was to come.
For whatever reason, I lost my concentration. He played a few good points. and he got back to even.
I'm even, but I'm worn out. I expended so much on winning that second set that I didn't know if I had any more left.
The third set being 6-1 in my favor, I don't think it took a lot out of him, mentally, physically, or whatever.
Being down 2-1, that I couldn't lay back now. I had to just lay it all out there and give it everything I had.
Set to Connors. It's 2-all. On the stadium court at the U.S. Open at final set, 16 and Connors.
Look, it's my time to win this match. I don't care if it was his tournament that he loved to play in. It was mine, too. So I knew that the longer the match went, more probably favored me.
I had nothing else to do that day. I mean, I could have played 3 hours. I could have played 5 hours, whatever it took. I was happy to stay out there and play and try to give it the, the best shot that I could. Krickstein would serve for the match at 5-3.
I mean, I felt great. Here I'm serving for the match against a legend in the 4th round of the U.S. Open.
This was my time to have to do something different, something special, to try to get back and to get into this match.
I ended up getting broken, and then all pandemonium broke out for another 40 minutes.
The way it worked out, it got me into the tiebreaker, and here we go again. The crowd was pretty into it at that time, and they were happy that they were going to see a tiebreaker, and I was happy to be in a tiebreaker. So I go back and sit down, and I look into the camera, and I say,
This is what they paid for. This is what they want.
Now, by the end of the match, it was like I was, the hunted, and he was the hunter. And, everyone I knew wanted him to win at this stage.
now I'm going for it. I'm going to put all the pressure on him that I can, and if it works out, it works out. To be able to win a match 7-6 in the 5th, that's what I live for. That's what playing tennis to me was all about, and to still be able to do it at 39 was pretty special. Did I expect to be in the quarters? No, probably not, but now things change, and they're going to put me on Thursday evening, which I liked, and things were looking pretty good. In the quarterfinals, I would play Paul Harhus. He took out the #1 seed, Boris Becker, in the 3rd round. Harhus won the first set 6-4.
So it was basically a perfect start, and that kept the crowd down. And until 6-4, 5-4, when I was serving for it.
He's got a chance to serve it out and go 2 sets of love. I've got to get in there and figure out something. Well, I get a break point.
Had a good first serve come in.
I run over and hit up a lob.
The first one was actually not so high.
Didn't hit it quite as solid as he would have liked.
The second one came higher.
Now that was a little better.
Then the third one was even more high and was getting tougher and tougher. And the crowd was really getting into the point, wow, oh!
I remember getting to the ball, and what happened after that I don't remember. I just remember taking a swipe at the ball and running towards the crowd. Next thing they knew, I was rising up and they were rising up. So I said it must have been good.
I never heard such noise before in my life on the tennis court, and I will never hear it again.
That was one of the craziest points I think that I've ever played here at the U.S. Open, and happened to come at the right time. I won the second and third sets. At 5-2, in the 4th set, I would serve for the match. Geez, this is pretty special. I've got an opportunity at 39 to get to the semifinals of the U.S. Open. What an opportunity for a guy who missed the U.S. Open the year before from having reconstructive wrist surgery, to come out and have an opportunity like that. That just doesn't happen every day, so you ride the wave when you can. In the semifinal, I played Jim Courier. He was the 4th seed, 21 years old, and hadn't lost a set the entire tournament. he jumped on top of me first, and so I was fighting an uphill battle all the way. Looking back on that now, you know, really, it was not a good day for me. Semifinals was never what I was looking for. I was never satisfied with that, but I did my thing and I loved it, and that pleased me.
It was a fantastic performance from him. I mean, it's just amazing.
His competitiveness and desire and will to win, you know, got him through.
It's probably what Jimmy's known for more than his 8 majors.
Everything that I worked for over all the time that I was involved in tennis happened. The crowds, their emotions, the noise, everything. That was pretty special, and best 11 days of my career.